Hi, I'm Christian. Welcome back to another On the Road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Today we're working on a Frigidaire refrigerator. We're going to be replacing the actual cold control or thermostat, which is mounted right here in the front. The reason why we are replacing it is because it is not cooling correctly. The coldest it will get to is about 42 degrees. There's a dead spot between the 3 and the 6 on the thermostat, and that is why we're going to be replacing it. The tools you will need to complete this repair are a 1/4-inch nut driver and a pair of needle nose pliers. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for proper voltage. To begin the repair, we want to go ahead and shut off the power or unplug the power supply on the refrigerator. Once that is done, the first step we want to do is using pliers, just pull straight off the thermostat knob. It just pulls right off. The next step is there are 4 1/4-inch screws mounting the actual control panel. There's 2 up front, and then there's 2 in the back. So we want to go ahead and remove the 4 1/4-inch screws using a nut driver to get access to the cold control. Now, as you unmount the last 1/4-inch screw in the back, you want to go ahead and use your other hand, your free hand, to hold the control assembly, or else it's just going to fall. Once all 4 screws have been removed, you can go ahead and slide the control panel towards you. And there is a Molex connector right here. That's where all the wires connect into the cavity of the actual refrigerator. So there's 2 clips that you want to go ahead and depress. Once they're depressed, you just pull straight off. Now, once we have unmounted the control panel, we have all the components here on the floor where we can work on it easily. The first steps that we want to do are remove the ground wire and then the 2 wires that feed power to the thermostat. First, the ground wire, we can just grab it with a pair of pliers and pull right off. And then we can go on the other terminals here. Once the wires have been removed, you can see that the thermostat is held in place by a couple clips. You just want to go ahead and, or tabs I should say, you want to go ahead and bend the tabs over, lift up on the thermostat, and it'll pull right up. Now we want to go ahead and unmount the thermostat bulb here. It's a long wire, and at the end of the thermostat wire, there is a thermostat bulb, and that's what actually gets the temperature of the refrigerator. So once we get as much wire as we can out, we want to go ahead and remove the styrofoam diffuser here. Now be careful because it can break. You just want to go ahead and carefully lift up and set the 2 styrofoam pieces aside. Once they're aside, we can go ahead and flip the control panel over, and we want to go ahead and start unmounting it here from the 3 little clips, the plastic clips. And as we do so, we want to go ahead and, on the right hand side, remove the thermostat and then feed it through the left side hole. Now we can turn it back over. Once we've flipped it back over, we can go ahead and straighten the wire and start fishing it through the rest of the actual wires here in the front that are next to the timer and the light switch. Now, once the old thermostat has been removed, we do have to remove the sleeve here, the clear sleeve that goes onto the actual thermostat bulb. So to do so, straighten it out all the way, and then you can just pull straight off. This is the new thermostat. As you can see, it comes coiled up. What we have to do is go ahead and straighten the actual thermostat wire out. So to do so, you can just start to unwind the coil. Now do it carefully because you don't want to bend the actual thermostat bulb to like a 90-degree angle. So once you get it to right about here, that's when you can just grab it and pull straight out. Try to get it as straight as possible because when we put the thermostat sleeve on the bulb, if it's not straight, it is a little difficult to put on. The next step is to start inserting the thermostat bulb into the sleeve. Again, go slow or else you don't want to accidentally bend the actual thermostat wire. So the straighter the wire is, the easier it goes into the sleeve. Just like that. Now we're going to start fishing the thermostat bulb wire into the housing. You're going to do it the exact same way that you removed the old one. Now again, be careful, you don't want to bend the thermostat bulb or wire into a 90-degree angle. So once we get to the end here, that's when we're going to go ahead and actually fish the thermostat bulb into the opening on the right hand side. We can go ahead and flip it over. As we can see, the bulb came out of the sleeve a little bit, so we want to go ahead and make sure that the bulb is actually in the sleeve. Just like that. So we can go ahead and begin or continue to push the wire through. And then once we have enough, we can go ahead and clip the thermostat wire onto the plastic clips. Now before you do the second and last one, we want to go ahead and fish the thermostat bulb into the opening that's on the right hand corner once you flip it over. Just like that. After the thermostat bulb has been reinstalled, we want to go ahead and reinstall the styrofoam diffuser. The easiest way to do it, because it comes in two pieces, is instead of you trying to figure out the puzzle, just put it together, both pieces, before you slide it into the slot. Once the two pieces are together, you can go ahead and just push straight down, make sure it's nice and snug, and it's as simple as that. Next step is to remount the actual thermostat control. Again, you're just gonna line it up to where it's supposed to go. Squeeze, pull the tab back, insert one side. Now it's not going to insert fully until we can get the other side inserted. So just squeeze the other side, push down. As you can see, it's snapped in place. Once one of them is snapped in place, we can go ahead and snap the other one in place. We can just push straight down, just like that. Now, once it's in place, we can go ahead and reinsert the wires to where they're supposed to go. Now the ground wire is 1/8 of an inch terminal, so it's a smaller one. It always goes by itself. And then the actual power wires are 1/4 inch. Now it doesn't matter what order they go in, they're just completing a circuit. And also they just push right on. This is the drain nozzle here at the very back of the fresh food section. There's the actual drain. Now this nozzle is gonna insert right into the drain. So make sure it is inserted, or else when it goes into defrost, all the water will drip down below the crispers. Now we're gonna go ahead and reinstall the control panel here. Remember to put the drain hole into the actual drain, or else it'll drain below the crispers. So once that's installed, you can go ahead and rest the console here on the top shelf. We want to go ahead and reconnect the Molex connector. Now it's key to go on only one way, so just line it up and then push straight on. Once it's inserted correctly, you'll hear it snap into place. So once that's done, we can go ahead and remount the actual control panel. To do so, we're going to be using the 4 1/4" screws we removed earlier. So go ahead and line up the control panel. And I always like to start at the front too, that way it'll free my hands up. Once the control panel is mounted with the 4 1/4" screws, we can go ahead and reinsert the thermostat knob right onto the thermostat here. Now the knob is keyed to go onto the thermostat only one way. So the larger arm is going to go on the bottom here in the larger slot, smaller arm in the actual hole. So line it up and you'll just push straight on. Once the thermostat knob is on, we can go ahead and reconnect the power and make sure that the refrigerator is operating correctly. And that will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality in-home repair video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.